On the evening of the 8th of April, 2020, a Broward Sheriff's Office, BSO, helicopter crashed in Pompano Beach. There were three people inside the craft: the pilot, a tactical flight officer and a firearms instructor. Unfortunately, all three people passed away in the accident. A dog was also aboard with the crew at the time of the crash. The BSO helicopter was on its way back from a flight exercise when something went wrong and it went down into a field in the bluff region of the beach. Police had immediately rushed to the scene to investigate the cause of the crash. The site of the crash was described as being close to the intersection of Lyons Road and Palmetto Place. Floridians and visitors flocked to the location of the crash, some of whom were merely curious onlookers and some of whom were concerned family and friends. BSO's search and rescue team was also quickly on the scene, as were local fire rescue personnel and first responders. The BSO helicopter crash was reportedly witnessed by people residing in nearby houses. There were backups on roads in the area as people waited in their cars to see what had happened. Families of the fallen crew members and other heartbroken residents of the community had begun to gather at the Pompano Beach Fire Rescue Station located nearby. Local residents expressed shock and stated their sorrow over the crash. The BSO helicopter was the first law enforcement aircraft in the history of the agency to be lost in an accident. The identities of the three downed men were initially kept private until their families had been notified. Local police and the National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, arrived at the scene in the early hours and began an investigation into the cause of the crash. The situation was sad and many people in the area and beyond were devastated. The community supported the families of those that had lost their lives in the incident and set up funds to help with funeral expenses and other needs. Many people also left flowers and tributes at the crash site. People in the community are being encouraged to help the families of the fallen by donating to local charities. NTSB is reportedly taking several steps to reconstruct the incident and determine the level of casualties and property damage. The crash caused the BSO to modify the use of its helicopters and to integrate more rigorous safety measures. During the next few days, the cause of the crash and the future of the helicopter program was discussed by residents and non-residents alike. The pilot of the crashed BSO helicopter was experienced and had flown similar craft for many years. The tactical flight officer was deployed by the agency to assist law enforcement officers in spotting potential fugitive activities and offering other security measures from the sky.